This is Question of the Week from BU Today.
How did BU student Irene Kim become a TikTok influencer? Maybe you recognize the name. You may have even seen her in your comm class. Junior Irene Kim has been recording viral food videos on TikTok since the early days of the pandemic, amassing over 360,000 followers and 9 million likes in the process. When Irene first joined TikTok, she made videos on anything from Powerpuff Girls-inspired outfits to her attempts at lip-syncing with her dog. But once her easygoing review of crumble cookies was watched more than 54,000 times, she knew she'd found her niche.
Let's cut the chit-chat. I'm doing a crumble cookie review because it's been all over my For You page and I need to know the hype.
Here are the cookies of the...
These days, she posts at least one new video a day, which could involve anything from sampling sodas and snacks from around the world.
First, we're gonna try this oolong Pepsi from China. Cheers!
Critiquing a local fried chicken spot, or giving step-by-step instructions on how to make crab rangoon dip. I'm BU Today writer Amy Laskowski. In this episode, I talked to Irene about how she finds time to squeeze her TikTok career in between classes and a job at Zara, her strategy for gaining followers, and how much companies are willing to pay her for munching on their products.
Let's try Bussin' Snacks Anime Box! We're starting off with these scrambled egg potato chips. Okay, the egg flavor is pretty subtle and you have to really try to taste it, but 7 out of 10.
Hi, Irene. I first wanted to start by asking you, what inspired you to start making TikToks?
So I pretty much started making TikToks when I was in quarantine and school was all pretty much virtual. I was very, very bored because for one of the semesters that we were all virtual, I stayed home. And I stayed home so that I can help my parents. We were moving and they were starting a business, so I was helping them with all the logistics and all that. But on the side, when I wasn't doing homework, I was really bored. So I spent a lot of time on TikTok. And then eventually I got onto the side of like food TikTok and all that. And so eventually that kind of inspired me like, hey, I kind of want to do that. I see this everywhere and I want to do it myself. And then I eventually just started posting on TikTok and just making random videos. And then eventually the food TikToks did really well. And then people were like commenting like suggestions and such. And I was like getting inspiration from like other food TikTokers. And then eventually that kind of just led into me always wanting to like try new things.
So you reading the comments and seeing what people wanted you to talk about?
Yeah, pretty much. Like I love engaging with like my comment section and like getting inspiration from like my comments too. Like, oh, you should try this, or like, oh, can you do this? And I'm like, oh, that's actually a really good idea.
How do you describe your TikTok page to someone who's never seen it?
I would describe my TikTok page as a lot of food content. I do a lot of taste testing videos, especially like snacks from like around the world. And then I also like to do like eat with me videos. And even though I do a lot of like food related content, I also like to throw in like other things like trendy stuff that might be going on TikTok. And then I also like to do like day in the life videos or like get ready with me videos.
Hello, let's get ready with me for work. I did my makeup and now it's time for the hair. It's second day hair, so I'm thinking curly. I work a full shift today and I close, so wish me luck.
So I kind of just throw in like stuff that I'm just like, oh, I really want to film this in the moment. But overall, it's a lot of just food related videos.
How quickly did it take you to get to 300,000 followers? You said you started during the pandemic. When did you start to see your numbers, climb steadily?
I started posting more frequently around March 2021. And that was still at the time when school was all virtual. I didn't have that many followers. I had like 200 just starting off. And then eventually I started doing like crumble cookie reviews like every single week. But I did those consistently. And I think those videos really helped me get to around like 10,000 followers. And then when school was back in person in around like September of 2021, I had around maybe like 30, 40,000 followers. But when I came back to school, I specifically remember one company sent me like international snacks to try, like snacks from all over the world. And I filmed that video of me trying all these snacks. And those videos pretty much blew up. Like they got into like the millions.
Trying snacks from around the world, part 3. These are strawberry Oreo wafer rolls from Thailand.
look at how cute. Love the strawberry. This with the glass of milk.
It was like, I went from like 40,000 to like over like 150,000 just within like that week.
What kind of snacks are your favorite to try?
I personally have such a big sweet tooth. Like, I don't think a day goes by where I don't have something sweet. So I love trying like desserts. So cookies, like donuts, cupcakes, those are always my favorite.
Is there anything you won't try? Or anything that, like if it, comes to you, you're like, this doesn't really excite me.
I won't say that I don't like something unless I've tried it. So I'm always willing to try new things. But there are certain things where I like hear the flavor and I'm like, Like, for example, I'm not a big fan of cucumber. And so when something's like cucumber flavored, I'm like, I know I won't really like this, but I will still give it a shot.
Talk to me about how does it work? Do companies send you products to try? Do you go to the store and find your own stuff?
It kind of depends. Sometimes if I'm really intrigued by something and I see it at the store or I see it online and I can buy it, I'll just go ahead and buy it myself if I'm like really interested in trying it. Sometimes if I am also interested in a certain like product, I'll also reach out to the brand to see if they want to do some sort of collaboration. And in a lot of cases, brands also reach out to me like through my Instagram or my email, and then they'll just ask like, hey, can we send you some product? And can you just like film a video for us? And so it kind of just depends. But like, yes, like I've like bought product and like I've also had things sent to me. So kind of both.
When did that start for you? When did, companies start seeking you out?
In the beginning, there were a couple companies that wanted to work with me when my account was still like pretty small, like I think around like 20K. But then eventually, once I hit around 100,000 followers, like that's when companies started like reaching out to me. And like I even made like my own like business email so that like companies, it can be easier for them to reach out to me. From the beginning, like there were a few, but it started to pick up once like I started posting more frequently.
When companies reach out to you, do they offer, do they pay you for a post?
That also depends. Some companies, they'll say like, hey, like we want to do like a paid collaboration. I know that sometimes like as like a content creator, you can ask. So it really depends. Some brands say that it's not in their budget and some brands will say, hey, like we really like your content. Like let's like work together in a paid collaboration.
Can I ask how much you charge for a post?
It kind of depends. I have done as little as like $100 per video. And I actually had a recent video where a company paid me $1,500. So that's actually like really crazy to me. So it kind of like depends on like the brand and like what their budget is, how big they are, all that.
That's awesome. Do you know if you're charging the right amount? Should you be charging more? Could you get more for a post?
So I've talked to a couple people about this. From the beginning, I always was just like, hey, like if you send me free product, I am more than happy to make content for you. But I talked to a couple people and they said like with my engagement and like the amount of followers that I have that I should be charging more. A lot of these brands are small businesses and like I want to help support that. And I know sometimes it's not in the budget. So I kind of try to work with the brand. So I feel like right now I'm like comfortable with where I am and if brands pay me sometimes. And so, yeah.
How often do you post now?
Right now, since I am going to school and I'm a student and I have all these different things to do, I try to post at least once a day. But usually during like spring break or like winter break when like I'm back home and I have a lot of time, I posted like 2-3 times a day. I had so much time on my hands.
What does your family think about your TikTok page?
My family loves it because there are time periods where I have like a lot of boxes that come to our house and it's all just like food. It's like snacks and just stuff to eat. And so my parents are like, great, like we don't need to go to the grocery store. And so they just love like trying all the new snacks and stuff. They also love watching my videos. When I'm at college, my mom loves to watch my TikToks. And since I'm away from home, she thinks of it as like a way to be with me without actually physically being with me. So my family loves my TikToks.
Has anyone on campus recognized you?
A couple people on campus have recognized me. Like some people like in class will be like, hey, like you kind of look familiar, or are you on TikTok? I've had that happen to me on campus and like outside of campus too. I actually work part-time at Zara, which is a clothing store. And one time someone came up to me while I was working. She was like, I watch your TikToks. Like, you're Irene, right? And then that was like really cool. That was like the first time someone like recognized me. And then like that following week, like even my manager was like, you're on TikTok, right? And like I didn't know how to approach that because I was like, you're my manager. Like, you watch my videos outside of work. Like that's like so weird to me. But like,
just wait until a professor says it, and then I think you'll be really weirded out. So do you think people assume what you do is easy?
I don't think people think that way. I know my roommates, they always like see me like bringing in like all these like products and like me planning out like what I'm going to film. And sometimes they even like overhear me filming, and they've sometimes been sitting in on like me filming videos. And so they've told me before like, oh, I don't think I could do what you're doing. So I definitely think like people think it's interesting to watch, but I don't think they think it's like super easy. But
so talk to me about the strategy of your posts. How do you decide, what content you're going to do when how do you approach all that?
I kind of go with like whatever I am kind of feeling in the moment. So if I really want to try a certain like product, or if I wanted to go out to a restaurant and I really wanted to film that, then it kind of just depends. But again, like I like to engage with like what my audience really likes. And so, for example, my audience really likes watching like taste test videos. So I like to go out and try and find like new things for me to try.
What's in the pipeline? What are you going to be tasting in the next couple of weeks?
I actually was sent this like Asian inspired oatmeal. So like taro bubble tea oatmeal, matcha oatmeal. That was something. I also got Chamberlain Coffee. It's a coffee brand, and they also sent me some like coffee and like hot chocolate and stuff to try. So I'm definitely very interested in trying that. I also have some like ice cream that I'm also going to be trying. So lots of sweets.
What advice do you have for students who want to grow their TikTok audience or monetize their page?
My biggest advice is just to be consistent with it and to just keep doing it. Like just keep pushing through. In the beginning, I know it's like a little bit like intimidating to be like, oh, I'm going to put myself out there and I'm going to start like recording myself, especially when you're just starting out. I know I was a little bit scared when I did that, but when I constantly posted and I was consistent about it, that's when my audience started to engage with me more and my videos started to go more viral and stuff. So I definitely say like the more that you post, the more chances you have that your video will go viral, and then the more that your page will take off. So that's my biggest advice. Be consistent.
Everyone knows that TikTok's algorithm is kind of a mystery. So, have you figured out a way to hack it or to beat it in a way?
The algorithm is definitely really tricky. Like not a lot of people understand how it works. Sometimes some videos will take off and sometimes some videos won't, even though it's like almost the same kind of content. But I have gotten advice from like other friends that I've made through the app. And so like some of the advice would be it matters what time of day that you're posting. Like for example, like some people recommend posting like in the morning or like in the afternoon rather than like late at night. Some people have recommended like using as many hashtags as possible because there are people that look at certain hashtags, but overall, nobody really understands the algorithm.
How do you balance this with school and work?
I definitely have to like make a calendar. Like I am a very like organized person, I would say. I like to write down everything and plan everything out. So I have like a reminders list of all the things that I have to get done. And that includes the videos that I want to film. In the beginning of the week, I'll plan out like all of my videos that I want to film, like everything that I have to do. And then I'll like align it with my calendar. And then basically all of the free time that I have, I like to make content. And at this point, I've gotten pretty used to being in front of the camera and like the kind of content that I film. And so it doesn't take me as long anymore. I just kind of have to like find like what time slot works for me. And usually if it's like an hour or more, like that's more than enough time for me to film at least one video.
What do you hope to do after graduation?
After graduation, I really hope to be in a big city. I am a city girl. I want to work in the PR department, marketing, advertising, any of like the communications departments of like a bigger brand in a city.
And will you continue doing TikToks?
I can definitely see myself continuing making TikToks. I think they're so much fun and I'm really passionate about it. So I don't plan on stopping.
Irene, thank you so much for talking with us today. This was super cool to hear about how you do this and, the way you've grown your page. So thanks very much.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. This was a very wonderful opportunity.
A huge thanks to Irene for joining us on this episode of Question of the Week. This episode was edited by BU Today Executive Editor Doug Most, engineered by Andy Halleck, and produced by Dana Ferrante. Thanks for listening, and see you in 2 weeks.